Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are not in Unity, we are in Godot. And so I was making a game in Godot to learn the Godot engine to get a hold of it, cause one it's open source and it's really free, and to everyone says that it's a good engine, so I wanted to try it as a Unity alternative possibly in a future, and if I want to switch from Unity to another engine, so I can do that. So I thought it would be good to get some experience in Godot and make a really simple game in Godot, cause complex games takes times, and I also have my other projects in Unity. I am not switching from Unity currently, just getting some experience on both sides to see which one would fit better. So for Godot, the one thing I really like is the scenes. The scenes are basically like prefabs. I like some things such as most such as tile map system and other things also are really good. Because the Godot provides kinda more default functionality and more system support for things such as parallax in Unity. If I were to make a parallax, I will have to do that all by myself, like create a parallax script and all that. But in Godot, I can just create a parallax scene and then attach that on the player. uh, Let me just show you. Let's go to player, and I can just attach that to the player, and everything will work as the same. And I can just of course put it in the level as well as here in the parallax background, and all of it will work automatically in the game. And the animation system is also quite nice, so that's another plus point. There are some issues with animation system, such as it's a bit harder to determine the frame rate, but you or check out when an animation ends, but that can be done. That can be done with the signals. You can check with the on an animated sprite when a signal gets when the animation ended. And another thing I really suffered with is rotation. So basically what I do is just I rotate the entire root node in its entirety. For some things I have this setup as well, where I just have a rotation point and things which I want to rotate, and I rotate them, while other things aren't like that. Now let's we just go to the enemy system here. As you can see, let me just zoom in a bit. The enemy has pretty much this collision shape component, which is fine. And as well, I can also create a rotation for that, make the health component and detection component children of it for attacks. And so that can also be a great idea. Yeah, but this system also works, so both are fine in my case. Rotating the entire root node is a bit tricky, cause you have to there are some issues I faced, but eventually I get it right, and use the flip function. Here I made a flip function. Where it is? Yes, here it is. And basically making boolean such as facing right and facing right. It's quite similar to the way I did it in Unity, so I know the basics of it at least. But getting it in Godot is also pretty hard and tough. I almost gave up so many times, but eventually I got it right. And the Godot Discord server also helped me quite a bit with things I didn't understand it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the composition. So I decided to go on with a composition based system, such as making components instead of inheritance. Like there are two ways I see you can make a enemy or a thing or other stuff, such as I can just make a enemy scene with and inherit other scenes with it, where that enemy base class can have an animated sprite and other things collision shape, and then I can go in other enemies and match that. Or I can just do composition based system, such as I have this health component, which is just have a health Let me just show you. It have a health and health and a parent term and an invisible boolean which in which it can't be damaged. And a heal method as well, and a damage method. And this health component is used or damaged by a damaged component. Let me yeah, here is the direct health component. So basically, the health component has a collision area or a hitbox, and this detect component also has a hit area. So when it detects a health component, here is a handle damage. And here if here is the where main code works. If here if the area detects a damage, a collision shape with a damage function in it, means the health component, cause the health component only has a damage function in it. Then it will add that into a array, and when in the process function we will attack that we will attack that component or deal damage to it with a delay in the handle damage function. And I also have a ranged system where we instantiate a bullet. It was also quite tricky to figure out first, but eventually it was done. And I also made an enemy AI system. It's pretty basic but will work. I am not targeting for a high quality it is really complex game like I did in Unity. I like I did in Unity. It's a great gonna be a really simple platformer game with really basic some platforms, some enemies, some levels using the tile map system. And basically that's just most of the part, cause I also have other projects to work and make it. I can't afford to make a complex game right now. And and it would be quite hard with my experience, cause I have very little experience in Godot. So I can't make it much complex. So basically we have start the game. We have a play button, a settings button, and a quick button. The settings button doesn't do anything yet, but if we hit the play button, we can see here we have two levels also. With the levels, I made a level. I made a level unlock and unlock system basically like this. We have a level states and a configuration file. Mm, um, on the ready. On ready, we call a deferred call load. So basically the game starts in main menu, and we also have this load game function which loads the game basically. Like basically loads the level states and all of that. And here we have the update level states, which is used to update all the states or reload them if needed. And here we have a unlock level function which is used to unlock a new level, and a same game to just save the current state of the game. And then in the level button system, we check if the current level index, such as if its level is 1, then the index will be 0. For level 2, the index will be 1, and so on. And if it's and the level states has this index, means first the level states will have like 0, so level 1 will be unlocked. Then we can increase it, then we can unlock more levels, such as using the unlock level function. And then level 2 will be unlocked, such as here. Let me show you. I made a win point.gd. Here we have a level to unlock int and a packed scene for the win screen. We use level manager dot unlock in level, which is a which is a singleton, and unlock the level. So now if we were to test the game, I can just go in here, hit play, go to level 1. And as you can see, I am in the game, a simple 2D basic platformer game. I can jump, move right and left, and so basically this game is quite different. Mhm. The concept is pretty different. You don't attack by using your sword or any weapons. You attack by using your dash ability. You can dash, and that's the only way for you to attack the enemy. So it's basically pretty simple, a platformer type game which focuses on platforms and dodging and defeating enemies. Currently there are only 2 enemies, but there will be more, maybe 5 to 6 enemies at the end of the game, and 10 levels potentially. As you can see, I can just attack it. And whenever I dash, the player transforms into a jelly-like fish and dashes. It's pretty fun to see. And I made these balloons by using the twin system in Godot, just having the current min and max position and using export mm, to set them, and then use and then a time limit for twins to use them. Of course, you can use other methods such as using a waypoint system or a point system where the enemy follows, or a patrol point system with nodes using patrols, etc. But that can mess up the hierarchy. And it will be a bunch more nodes, so that's why I didn't want to do it. Of course, this method is a bit hard when debugging, since you really can't see where the where the object will move, and you have to guess or guess them, and then check and then launch into gameplay to see if everything is working correct. But it works fine for now. And as you can see, the player can go in here. I am not really fighting enemies cause I just want to complete the level. Later we can have the enemies drop coins and store them in a currency. We also have a dash sound effects. I also focused on sound effects early, and some background sound for that. And now if we just fight this, there should be a elevator coming from above. You know what, let's just skip it. So basically the concept is pretty simple. You start on a point level, point A, let's say point A, and then you have to go to point B, which is pretty simple and not a much complex stuff. But it was pretty hard to learn a new engine, cause basically I didn't had any experience with Godot. Of course I had experience with game dev, which is I used Unity, so that was a real experience. But using a complete different engine like Godot, which has a difference in pretty much most things, such as its language is also different. The language was getting the language wasn't pretty hard, since I already knew Python pretty well. I already learned Python, so GD script was pretty similar to it. But some other things really took some time, such as enemy AI, and so learning that, and especially the health and damage system when I was learning it in the early stages. So that was pretty frustrating as well. But I got a basic prototype of it, and that's it for today's video. I wanted to show you the my game progress in Godot just for a testing purpose. Since it will probably not be a bigger game, just a super simple game to experience the Godot game engine, and see, I will still be focusing on my Unity Pro projects, and maybe I will consider switching to Godot in the future. And that's it. Goodbye.